I am at Rita Lee's nursery. I'm here with Heather, and they grow cactus and succulents. And so what I want to do is, first of all, let's you have a beautiful display right out here, but let's start with the cactus, which I think a lot of times we get intimidated with cactus because we buy them as a houseplant often, put them in the house, and then they die. But that tends to be overwatering. So first of all, tell me, what is the culture of these? How should people, if they buy them, take care of them?
Well, this is a desert species. They like to be dried out very well before you would water them. And then fertilizer, they like to be fertilized once a month with just like a general Schultz fertilizer mix.
Just a general purpose
Just
fertilizer.
a general, I think they make a cacti fertilizer. That's, what I would suggest for the average homeowner to use.
Okay, because they're really, it's a thing that a lot of people do with houseplants is overwater anyway, so you really have to be aware of the
Yes,
cactus.
if you don't think it needs water, then I probably would suggest not watering it.
Just waiting anyway, yeah.
Maybe waiting another few days and then maybe give it some water.
Okay, now you had said these were desert cactus. I am assuming then that there's different groupings of
Yes.
those kind of plants. Are these in a different group then?
This is a euphorbia group right here, and they grow all over from the desert to the mountains.
Wow.
They like to be have sun or full sun.
So partial sun or full sun?
Sun or part sun.
There you go.
And they like to have a moist, well-drained soil.
Really?
They can also tolerate cold, just depending upon their species.
Yeah. Well, and I'm assuming that when you say moist, it really does depend on the drainage. You can't.
Yes.
It doesn't want to set in moisture, but it wants it to go through it.
They don't like to have their roots totally dry, but they like to be well drained.
Which, oddly enough to me, it always kind of freaks me out. Euphorbias, poinsettias are part of the euphorbia family. That's so weird to me
Yes.
that they're so different. And you've got to tell me a little bit about these in the front. Those are adorable.
Well, those are called lithops. They're also known as living stone, and they like little water. They like a sandy, gritty soil. They don't like to be touched and disturbed a lot once they get into their pot.
Very cool. Very cool plants. Now, succulents and cactus, I think a lot of people get confused on those, but these, a lot of people instantly know these. Oh, we know that plant. We know that plant. But there's a whole group here. Let's talk about these a little bit and about the culture of them.
That is called the crasulas. They're also known as the jade plant. They commonly come from South Africa, and they can survive almost anywhere. They're a very easy plant to take care of.
And they're really beautiful. I love the cactus and succulents. A lot of them have such cool structure, so that's really wonderful. But I would be remiss if we don't talk about these beautiful flowers down here. What are those from?
Those are the rainforest cactuses.
Wow.
They are also known as, if anybody's had a Christmas cactus.
Oh, they're all the same group.
Christmas cactus and your orchid cactuses are also
And it's funny, Heather,
rainforest.
because I've never heard them called, I've heard them called orchid cactuses a lot, but I've never heard them called rainforest. In my mind, that means water.
Yes, neither have I. I just learned that today, or last night, I guess. So, they like a moist, a well-draining soil, though, again, but they don't like to totally dry all the way out like your desert cactuses do.
And so that just proves the point that even in this family of plants, some you have to be really aware. You just have to be aware of watering and what you're doing.
Yes, and that would be probably your number one enemy.
Yeah.
Would be your watering.
Okay.
Fertilizer, they like just a general all-purpose cactus fertilizer once a month, and
clearly, most of them have to like sun, so a good southern window if you're going to have them inside or something like that.
yes, some of them you do have to be careful about whether they do sunburn if they're in a direct window. Some of them can actually sunburn from being too hot.
Perfect.
But most all of them like bright light.
Okay, wonderful. So now what about temperature?
Well, most of our cactuses like warm weather.
Sure.
We don't let them get down to below 55.
Okay.
All the greenhouses are heated, so when it gets 55, the heat does come on. They don't like to be frostbitten. They would prefer warmer days and cooler nights, like in the 50s.
Okay. Well, you know, I've loved being out here. There's just greenhouses of wonderful things. You can go to gardentime.tv. We can click you over to their Facebook page, or you can go to Al's. They sell these wonderful cactuses at the Sherwood store. So thank you so much, Hedda. This has really been fascinating.
Thank you. It was fun.